Ladies and gentlemen, becoming a millionaire is not a fantasy. It is not a privilege for the lucky or a gift for the chosen few. It is a possibility for every single person who dares to believe, to act, and to persist. To become a millionaire is to think differently, behave differently, and stay committed to a vision that most people abandon when it gets hard. Everything begins in your mind. Before you can build wealth in your bank account, you must build belief in your mindset. The way you think about money, success, and your own potential determines how far you go. Napoleon Hill once emphasized the power of thought when he said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." This is not just a motivational slogan, it is a fundamental truth. Millionaires are not born thinking they will fail. They are trained, often by hard experiences, to believe they can win. Jim Rohn, one of the greatest personal development teachers, once said, "Formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune." He was right. Many people stop learning after school, but millionaires never stop growing. They read books, they attend seminars, they seek mentors. They understand that every new skill, every piece of knowledge, increases their ability to serve others and to profit from that service. Success is not created in one giant leap. It is the result of small, consistent efforts practiced over time. Jim Rohn said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day." These disciplines could be waking up early, reading one book a week, saving a portion of every paycheck, or setting clear, written goals. These small habits might seem unremarkable on their own, but done daily, they lead to extraordinary outcomes. No journey to wealth is free of failure. In fact, failure is part of the path. It shapes your character, strengthens your resolve, and teaches you more than success ever could. Steve Jobs once reflected on this and said, "I'm convinced that about half of what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance." That's it, perseverance. The ability to continue after rejection, to stand back up after a fall, to keep going when everyone else quits. Millionaires are problem solvers. They don't just work hard, they work smart. They look for pain points in people's lives and create solutions. The more valuable the solution, the greater the reward. Jim Rohn put this idea simply when he said, "You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour." If you want to earn more, increase your value. Learn rare skills, create helpful products, or provide services people need. Many self-made millionaires started with little more than a dream. They had no safety net, no rich relatives, no guarantees. What they had was the willingness to act and the courage to fail. William Butler Yeats captured the spirit when he said, "Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot, but make it hot by striking." In other words, don't wait for perfect timing. Success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who work. Financial knowledge is another cornerstone. You can earn a fortune and still lose it if you don't know how to manage it. Robert Kiyosaki once said, "It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you keep." That's why millionaires learn to budget, to save, to invest, and to avoid debt. They live below their means so they can invest in assets that generate income long after they've stopped working. Fear stops more people than failure ever will. It whispers lies, that you're not smart enough, not ready enough, not strong enough. But you must move forward in spite of fear. George Adair said, "Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear." The courage to take risks, to try something new, to put yourself out there, that is what separates the average from the exceptional. Environment matters. You cannot grow while being surrounded by people who constantly talk about limitations, who complain, and who stay stuck. Jim Rohn once said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." That's not just a quote, it's a formula. Surround yourself with winners and their habits, beliefs, and standards will elevate you. Surround yourself with doubters and they will pull you down. Chasing money alone is a mistake. The happiest and wealthiest people are not those who chase dollars, they chase purpose. Tony Hsieh, the late CEO of Zappos, once said, "Chase the vision, not the money. The money will end up following you." When you love what you do and do it with excellence, you attract both fulfillment and fortune. Warren Buffett, one of the world's most successful investors, gave timeless advice when he said, "The best investment you can make is in yourself." That means learning, improving your health, expanding your skills, and protecting your peace of mind. You are your greatest asset. Your income grows as you grow. As you pursue wealth, remember to remain humble and grateful. Money is a tool, it can build or it can destroy depending on the hand that holds it. Tony Robbins once said, "Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. A full bank account and an empty life are not the goal. Aim to be rich in relationships, in health, in character, and in contribution. Consistency beats intensity." You don't have to work 20 hours a day or burn out in pursuit of wealth. But you do have to show up every day even when you don't feel like it. Small wins, repeated over time, create massive results. Stay focused. In a world of distraction, attention is your superpower. While others scroll, you execute. While others gossip, you grow. While others waste, you build. Sacrifice is part of the game. You may have to give up weekends, comfort, social media, or even people who no longer fit your vision. But the reward is freedom. Not just financial, but personal, spiritual, and emotional. You must also be patient. Millionaire status rarely comes overnight. It's built over years. The world may not see your hustle, but one day they will see your results. Above all, believe. Believe in your ideas. Believe in your worth. Believe that you were not born to struggle endlessly, but to succeed abundantly. Believe that the future is not something you wait for, it's something you create. When you fall, and you will get back up. When you're doubted, and you will believe in yourself even more. When you feel tired, and you will rest but don't quit. The world rewards value, courage, discipline, and resilience. And the truth is, you have everything it takes. Right now. Not next year. Not when you get a degree. Not when someone else approves. Right now. So decide. Decide that you will no longer play small. Decide that you will no longer settle for less. Decide that you will become the kind of person who builds wealth with integrity, purpose, and passion. Make your first million not to buy more things, but to become the person who proves that it's possible. For your family, for your future, for your legacy. Your journey starts today with belief, with bold action, and with the relentless refusal to give up. Thank you.